Hi everyone, it's Tracy here from Art Fibre Stitch. I'm just showing you a little catch up of something that we've done very recently where we were printing. Now this is a linen and I'm printing on a gel plate with a leaf there acting as a resist and a couple of twigs, and it turned out pretty nice. But it's not the only way to print. You can just paint directly onto that leaf and just try and brush it across the top, and it's only going to get paint on the ridges, you see. So you end up with something like a little print anyway. And I'm just going to pop that there to see how that worked. And it will give me some of the markings in the leaf so that I'll know which way the veins go on that leaf. So I'm quite happy with that. And it's got some nice colours, but I thought a little bit more colour. Now to colour this piece of fabric, if I wanted to wash it later, I'd use a little bit of textile medium with that acrylic paint, and I've watered it well down, and I'm just adding a little bit of paint to put some background colour in. There, we're up to date. Now this is the one that we made, and we used the gel plate, and we did some printing, and then we coloured it in with a little bit of different colour in the leaves, and I'm wanting to work on that. I've looked out some sheer fabric. I think I'd like a few little patches of that. Also got this, that's an organza, a crystal sort of organza. One side's got a bit of a sparkle to it. That one there is a very, very fine silk. So I'm going to want to add some little bits of that, I think, maybe even a green. What I'm wanting to do is, this is paper-backed Visifix, what do you call it? Anyway, it's a glue web, see? So if I have that, glue side down on the fabric and iron it, it'll stick to it, and then when I peel the paper off, I can cut out shapes, and then it'll be glued on that side so I can iron it down. Here it is. Just cut this down here, and I've got my two different colours ready. What would I like to do? Well, I'm going to cut out a shape. I'm wanting something so that, you know, I get bits of it. Can you see that? I'm just going to go around the edge like that. So I'll do a few little bits like that, but rather than have it whole, I think what I would like to see is some holes in it. If you can see what I mean, that allows that to come out then. I like that. Maybe a smaller one. Something like that could work quite nicely. I'm just going to take out a little bit here. Does that look natural? I think it does. So what I do now is I take that paper off. Peel it off it. Oops. There we are. And I have my little piece ready. And which way did it go? That way. About there. Can you see? I think that's nice. I'm going to iron it on. There. Now, I also ironed on some interfacing, a very light one, behind, because this is a linen and it can get very, what's the word? I shouldn't say flippy floppy, but I want to. So I'm going to do another little bit down here, I think. Maybe something like that. You know, and I'll just add a few little bits and pieces just to give it a little bit of body, a little bit of contrast. Let's add in some of this one. You see the veins are going out that way, that's why I'm sort of cutting it like that. Put another little hole in this one. We use this iron-on glue web, visor fix, whatever you want to call it. See? Now let's see what this one looks like when it's ironed on, and then we'll know a little bit better. Just going to put another little hole, because this one's lighter. Maybe we'll see more through it. So I'm just going to take it off. Still got the glue there. See? And then maybe something like that. That's pretty subtle. Now imagine that if we did some stitching then. Just adding that little bit more body to it. I'm going to do the same up here. I'd like some of this colour to show up though, so I'm going to do another hole. Can you see? Very fine. Decide where I want it. Now I'll iron that down there so that everything's sort of adhered. We've got a little bit more pink here. I think I might make a bit of a sort of a lacy leaf over here. Just like a suggestion of a leaf. So here it is. My goodness, we've done some things already to it. And I think, you know, we can do a little bit more. So I'm dragging this out. This is a piece of silk I've had for many, many years. It was hand dyed and it has all kinds of different colours in it. So many areas of it are useful. So I've decided I'm going to do the same with it. I'm going to put some of that fusible web behind. I've glued it down by ironing it. And now that it's stiff, I'm going to cut out a few little shapes. And I'm thinking, let's have some stems on those leaves. You know, green kind of mottled colour here. Something like that would be good. So I trim that so that it looks like it's disappearing underneath that leaf and coming up from under. So a few more of those little stems, and then I'm looking at this orange and thinking I want to use it. So I'm just going to cut out this sort of wobbly line, and it's a fern kind of thing. Can you see here that it echoes that one there that's like a skeleton of a fern? Thought something like that would be nice and really pick up the oranges in those leaves. So, but I'm trying it different places and thinking, oh, what would I like? Where do I want it? That's what I did. I cut it in half and put it also behind that leaf. So I'll glue it down, and there we are. I can kind of imagine that, you know, that one there is a more skeleton kind of version of our fern. I think that looks nice, and it's given it a little bit more oomph again. So I'm going to get out this surround here because I want to see where it should be. You know, I'd like that little pink leaf on the side to just show like it's coming in from the edge of the picture. But if I did that, I've got a gap over the other side. You see that? And I'm thinking, well, maybe that's all right. Maybe we can pop something there. I'm just sort of thinking maybe I could pop this whole work on top of something else. I get out some zany fabrics and I think, yes. But to totally change it again, I'm looking at this. This is linen. And because it's got that clay kind of colour, I thought maybe that would work. So I've pinned it to it, and what I'm doing at the moment is I've grabbed some pearl cottons out, and I thought let's just start stitching this and see how it would, how it would work, how it would hold down that edge that we've just put in, and go through some of those patches that we've put on, that we've ironed on. And so I'm just going to do ordinary running stitch. And I'm going to go down there making sure I catch the edge of the sheer fabric, and then continuing down as I do and going through those sheer fabrics, I'm also creating that line down the center of that leaf, that vein. So this is going to work. Once I've gone down to the tip, I'm turning around and coming back again and catching some of those shears down on the other side. And as I go around the edge of this leaf, out into that other fabric that we've put on, that's helping to keep it there. So to finish my thread off, I just looked to see where else I could use it. Maybe a double line down the center, maybe on one of those veins going off. Just make sure that each time I sew something down, I'm also catching in a little bit more, if I haven't already, of those sheer fabrics. When I'm finished with a cotton through to the back, a couple of stitches on top of each other is a good enough knot. And now look what we've got. Can you envisage what that would be like if we added a little bit more slow stitching, a little bit of maybe some French knots, bits and pieces, because it is still very, what's the word? I don't know, I want more life in it. So I think that that's what I'll do next time. I'll finish it and see where it ends up, because it's been quite an exciting journey. Just coming from a plain old piece of cloth, we've created the whole thing. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you have, don't forget to like and subscribe. We do all kinds of strange and wonderful things, and I hope you like it. And I think, yes, the next video we're going to finish this and really see what we can bring about. Thanks again for watching.